I know there are young ones who probably may be going to school and be asking, what's he talking about?
Oh, they don't know. They don't know.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, but, Cynthia and the daughters.
We have come far.
Beautiful song. Yeah,
we have come far. But Kojo, look, a lot of things on our mind today. Of course, Parliament, resumed yesterday. Resumed sitting yesterday for the second meeting. I think yes, the second meeting. Of the second session of the ninth Parliament of the Fourth Republic. I like that all the time, But lots of things that they intend to do.
Yeah.
Including focusing on oral. Now, the majority leader says they are going to make sure that the 36 cases that are expected to rake in some that amount to $20 billion will be dealt with, including other issues on land acquisition worth over $700 million. They're also going to be investigating the PDS and Ejapa. What else do they say they are going to be doing?
There are some other issues on social protection and education. For example, the Scholarships Authority Bill. We've been talking about this, how we basically weaponized the scholarships secretariat and gave it to friends and family. Now we want to make it a bit more transparent. So the Scholarships Authority Bill will be introduced in Parliament. There is also going to be the University for Development Studies Bill, the Ghana Book Development Council Bill, and some other amendments to the Colleges of Education Act. There's also the Social Protection Bill, Child Justice Amendment Bill coming up, Domestic Violence Act. And one of the big things is the review of the Minerals and Mining Act. It's a big deal. Now, the Okada conversation is also back.
Yeah.
The road traffic amendments to legalize Okada, the motorcycle taxi business is also coming back. And there's also an Inland Water Transport Authority bill. Very, very interesting. If you listen to the speech by the majority leader, he's giving us a sense of the things the government is prioritizing. Because all these things are what the government wants to do, and they have to go to Parliament for approval. And there's also the bit to do with the investigation into the COVID-19 expenditures, the review of Ejapa royalties deal. You've already mentioned the PDS deal earlier, and there's also the thing to do with the media budget review. A lot of people are looking forward to that because contractors have not been paid. There's the big announcement for Big Push and all those things. People want to know what's going to happen in the media budget review and the other various tax and customs amendments. So all these are coming up in Parliament, and there are things that we are looking forward to. Yesterday as well, he mentioned some of the taxes that the government had worked on. He mentioned the CD appreciation, and he'll be following up some of these things in Parliament to bring listeners updates on all these bills that may end up being laws, all these amendments, all these new strategies, how we are developing Ghana for the next, within this session of Parliament and possibly for the next 1 year. And some of these bills are going to take a long time, and the effects are going to be felt within the economy. What will be your contribution? What will be our contributions? All these things are things we will be following up in Parliament and bringing updates to listeners.
Exactly, but also this morning we need to have a conversation about the demolition at the Sakumo Ramza site.
Yes.
The Greater Accra Regional Minister has been leading that, but this will not be the first time we've actually done this.
Yeah.
And so the question is, why do we keep going back to the same thing over and over again? Whose responsibility is it? I mean, most of the times we just go to these areas and go and demolish structures. But it is somebody's responsibility to ensure these structures don't spring up in the first place.
Exactly.
Who failed to achieve that? And why are we not dealing with the root cause? Why are we always firefighting?
Yeah. And there are a lot of other stories. Jemanoon to me has been picked up by Yoko. There are developments, new developments to that. There are all sorts of other stuff, including the fact that private senior high schools will be included in free senior high schools very soon. What will be the effect of that? We'll be bringing you updates on all that.
All of these coming up here on the Super Morning Show. Up next is the news at 6.
The Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy. Joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy
It's been 30 years of joyfulness. Hello and welcome to the news at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM here in Accra and Kumasi. We are on Love 99.5 FM in all 16 regions of Ghana. You'll also find us on myjoyonline.com, on YouTube, X Spaces, and on Facebook. Coming up, Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu faces off with the Attorney General in court today over attempts to remove her from office. We have details as former Attorney General reveals she's dealing with a lot of mental torture as a result of the process.
That person has the right to have your husband in the room with you. Your body is scanned by mail. I mean, this is torture.
Also, tension runs high as demolition of illegal structures at Lashibi Ramsar site sparks controversy.
His name is Aqua. When I started putting up my structure, he was always encouraging me to continue building. He started demanding monies from me. I've given him more than 40,000 Ghana cedis.
In business, African Development Bank projects 4.5% growth rate for Ghana, slightly higher than government's own target for 2025. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And in health, an epidemiologist cautions against consumption of bushmeat as mpox cases continue to rise in the country.
I will suggest that we should be careful in going for bushmeat at this time.
We have details of that with me, Hannah Odami. Thanks for choosing Joy News. We are independent, fearless, and credible. We start with a suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu. Now, she will today be facing off the Attorney General at the Supreme Court over attempts to remove her from office. According to her lead counsel, who is also the former Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Adame, the CJ is prepared to fight her case out.
This matter is not personal to Justice Tokonu. It is one that affects and touches the dignity of the judiciary as an institution, and it is one that actually seeks to protect the independence of the judiciary as well as the safety of tenure of judges in the country. And even goes beyond the judiciary. If she has had to take out a writ in the courts of Ghana, and definitely is of good health, definitely she'll be there, and I'm sure she'll be there.
He also reveals Justice Tokonu is dealing with a lot of mental torture as a result of how the committee is handling the investigation process.
It's surprising. The person who is the head of the judiciary, which is supposed to be the protector of rights, that person, he denied the right to have your husband in the room with you. Your body is scanned by mail. This is torture. And apart from that, you go to proceedings, the specific charges in respect of which you are supposed to answer, not made known to you.
Let's move to Parliament, where the Majority Leader Mahama Yariga is pushing to haul MPP backbenchers before the Privileges Committee for refusing to reveal the identity of the MP who called former President Rawlings's daughter a daughter of a murderer in Parliament. Despite the Speaker's ultimatum, no MP has owned up to the comment. Majority Leader Mahama Yariga is demanding accountability from MPP MPs over that remark.
Right, Honourable Speaker, it will be recalled that on the 4th of February, during a discussion on the 60th anniversary of the death of J.B. Dankwa, a voice from the backbench of the members of the MPP made an unsavory comment directed at a female colleague in this House. The voice was roundly condemned despite some shameful efforts to equalize. The Right Honourable Speaker gave a 1-week ultimatum to the maker of the statement to own up. That has not happened. We on the majority side will demand that all the MPP members of the backbench who were sitting in the direction where the unsavory statement came from should be referred to the Privileges Committee for investigation of a consent to breach the privileges of a member.
Well, Speaker Albert Bagbin expressed disappointment that the MP responsible hasn't owed up despite the ultimatum.
Honourable members, even those of you sitting together, the 3 of you that have been identified, you are telling me that none of you can identify the person who spoke. The person spoke not once, but twice. The minority leader on his feet turned to look in that direction, and none of you can identify the person who spoke. What is even shocking, with all the cameras and the CCTV, none could capture the person who spoke. Honourable members, when they are properly brought to me, I take action. You know what to do.
Still in Parliament, the minority have accused the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kojo of lacking the tact and diplomacy to be Ghana's top diplomat. This comes after the minister ordered the shutdown of Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C. over allegations that some staff were involved in fraudulent and corrupt activities. Well, the minister announced the embassy will now be opened on Thursday, but the minority is not happy about this decision. Let's hear from the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Samuel Abu Jinapo.
This decision by the minister has far-reaching repercussions on the staff of the mission, on foreign service officials of Ghana across the world and in Ghana, on the reputation and standing of our country in the eyes of the Committee of Nations, on the welfare of our citizens across the world. And we thought that, first of all, the minister should have briefed the Committee on Foreign Relations. Secondly, the minister should have tackled this matter through tact and diplomacy. And we are reliably informed that there have been several instances of alleged misconduct by officials of embassies across the world by various countries and our country itself in the past. And they've been dealt with tact, they've been dealt with diplomacy, and the full force of the law has been brought to bear without having to involve or be engaged in, if I will put it this way, unnecessary populism.
Well, tensions run high at the Ramsar site in Lashibi as a joint task force led by the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu demolished dozens of buildings at various stages of completion in a crackdown on illegal development of structures. Kenneth Jesse has more in this report.
The demolition exercise has left many affected individuals furious, with some claiming they were misled into purchasing the lands. Several aggrieved property owners accused the Forestry Commission site manager Thomas Aqua of collecting huge sums of monies from them and encouraging them to build.
His name is Aqua. When I started putting up my structure, he was always encouraging me to continue building. He started demanding monies from me. I've given him more than 40,000 Ghana cedis in total since I started building this house.
However, the man at the center of the allegations, Thomas Aqua, has vehemently denied any wrongdoing.
Who am I to assure them to build? And on what grounds will I collect money from somebody when I know what you are doing is wrong? I haven't taken any money from anybody.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu has reiterated the government's commitment to protecting Ramsar sites from encroachment.
We are going to continue and make sure that the entire stretch of the buildings should be done.
Authorities have confirmed that the demolition exercise will continue today, with more illegal structures expected to be pulled down.
To other stories, and a senior research fellow at the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Dr. Alfred Kwesi-Manye, has cautioned the public against consuming bushmeats amid the rising cases of mpox. His warning follows the confirmation by the Ghana Health Service of 10 new cases, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 19. Let's hear from him.
As an epidemiologist, I will suggest that we should be careful. Anybody should be careful in going for bushmeat at this time, because it may not be very safe doing that. You will not be able to know which animal in the bush in your area is having the condition. So I will encourage that the consumption of bushmeat, let's be careful with it anywhere within the country.
Now, in today's climate focus series, third-generation commercial users of charcoal at one of Accra's biggest eateries say they are willing to abandon charcoal and migrate to liquefied petroleum gas (LPG). James Savigi has the rest of the story.
The German Agency for International Cooperation (GIZ) in 2023 revealed in a research that firewood and charcoal contribute at least 39% of source of energy for cooking in Ghana. To find out more, I visit a choba here in Accra to hear their story. I meet Nanama and her sister Sandra, a third-generation owners of the popular heavy-do choba.
49 years ago, we started with firewood. That's what we started with. And then we moved from firewood to charcoal. So when we moved to charcoal and then technology also came in and technology was growing, we moved from charcoal to gas.
So why did they switch back to charcoal?
We bought 2 bags of charcoal and we used it to cook. So after cooking, we realized that the cost of using the charcoal was a bit okay than the gas.
It has emerged, however, that this is not only posing threat to the environment, but to the human health as well.
In Ghana, it is projected that unclean cooking methods claim about 17,000 lives annually.
For now, Nanama, on behalf of her sister, has pledged willingness to go back to operate fully on LPG regardless the cost, but on condition that government will make access more convenient.
If government should listen to our cry, why not? We would stop the use of charcoal due to the other health hazards it has on us. We will stop using it and then we'll fall on the gas to produce our food.
Climate Focus is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging gaps for positive youth development, and the Climate Development Knowledge Network.
And that's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. But you can find more stories on myjoyonline.com. The Super Morning Show continues. Have a great morning.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Ah, go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind safe be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommates gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rate get more from Absa. Easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. MTK account and get more from Absa. Yes! Join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the clean and bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
This
advert is FDA approved.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
What's your dream this year? To pull up in a brand new 4-wheel ride? Or you want to travel? Where? Sentosa Island in Singapore? Or Desert Safari in Dubai? Or you want a laptop, microwave, brand new phone, TV? Chale, what you want, you can get with SG Ghana. Minya Ubecha 7Y. Join the SG Ghana Deposit and Drive promo and you could win the grand prize of a brand new Toyota RAV4. Simply deposit 500 Ghana cedis or multiples of it into your SG Ghana account from now till 30th May 2025. Non-customers can open an account to participate. Visit your nearest branch or call 0302-214-314 for further inquiries. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And then Total Energies, Total, we go the extra mile for you, which means we can now bring you the Joy Business Report brought to us by MNC Properties, a member of MNC Group. MNC Properties, choice of class. And also Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. And then Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Daryl.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. You?
Well, as you can see, we're not doing badly.
Yeah.
Well, beg your pardon, getting ready for the West Africa Mines and Power Expo.
Wow. When is that happening?
It's happening today, from today till Friday. And I'll be emceeing the opening ceremony as well as moderating a session in there.
That's great. That sounds exciting.
It is. It's going to be exciting.
I mean, it is important, especially during these times where we are struggling with our energy matters here in the country. So
yeah, and issues of mining and all of
issues
that.
of mining. Yes, that's true. That's true. We'll be looking forward to it. I bet we'll be reporting on it as well. So
exactly.
I mean, listeners can trust us to bring them the latest from there as it happens today. Yeah,
exactly. But today also, we'll be talking a lot about issues of Parliament, because Parliament reconvened yesterday. The majority leader of the House, has been talking about what to expect, some of the bills, but also he's been talking about investigations into Ejapa, the PDS. He talks about oral. So these are issues
they've
that
got plenty on their plate.
Plenty. Yes, but what you must know, these are the plans, a lot of which would go into next year, next 2 years. The legalization of Okada is something that I think may just be passed during this meeting.
Are they still keeping the age limit?
Yeah, but that's what the law says.
Okay.
I mean, the law says 25 years if you want to be a commercial driver.
Still don't understand why, but
it should be 25 years.
It's a law, yeah.
Yes, I mean, you probably could make the point that the law should be indicating the years of experience instead of just saying you should be 25. What if you're 25 and you've just driven for a year?
Yeah.
Or maybe you're 24 but you've been driving for 4 years. So that's something I can understand. But that's the law, and the law is the law, no matter what you say. The law is the law.
It's the law, right?
Yeah. So you just have to accept it like that. But also this morning, look, we're concerned about one thing. The Greater Accra Regional Minister has been leading a demolition exercise at the Sakumu Ramsar site. This will not be the first time. So I ask, for how long are we going to continue doing this? Whose responsibility was it to ensure that these buildings do not spring up in the first place?
Those are crucial questions. I mean, why do you allow it to go till this stage and then go and demolish people's properties?
Why is it that nobody is actually punishing those people?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it's not enough to just demolish, but get to the bottom of it.
Exactly. That's what I expect to be done. And so this morning we'll have that conversation. But also this morning, we're bringing you the Graphic EcoBank National Economic Forum. And it's on the theme deconstructing and reconstructing the economy of Ghana. Effective revenue mobilization options and fiscal discipline in focus.
Wow.
Yes, and so we're bringing it to you here on the Super Morning Show.
I love that we're having so many conversations about
a lot coming up this morning.
Yeah.
Whom are you sounding the trumpet for this morning?
Well, just because it's you and because you're going to MC the program. So it's the West Africa
Mines and Power Expo.
Mines and Power Expo. Shout outs to those guys. Trumpets. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, African Development Bank projects 4.5% growth rate for Ghana, slightly higher than government's own target for 2025. Also coming up, President John Mahama shares of measures to prevent Ghana from getting back to debt distress when it returns to international capital market and borrowings. Meanwhile, Institute of Economic Affairs warns Ghana risks returning to IMF cycle without shift in borrowing strategy. We hear from Senior Fellow Dr. Vladimir Nchidan, so don't go anywhere. And thanks for being with us, everyone. Hello to our friends listening from Kofor Radio and KT Radio. My name is Darryl Kwao. The African Development Bank is projecting that Ghana's economy will end the year at 4.5% growth rate. And this was captured in the bank's Africa Outlook report released on the sidelines of its annual meetings in Ivory Coast. Here's George Affe with more.
Government is hoping that growth will hit 4% at the end of this year. However, the African Development Bank in its latest report on Ghana thinks that the country will do far better than this, projecting a growth rate of 4.5% or even better than that. This new growth rate is even higher than the World Bank's forecast of 3.9% and even the IMF's own of 4%. The African Development Bank believes that a lot more variables in the country and even on the international market will work in favor of Ghana, resulting in economic activities picking up strongly in the coming months. However, when it comes to inflation, the African Development Bank was not that optimistic about the Ministry of Finance and Bank of Ghana's projection, averaging around 11.9%. Meanwhile, the highlight of the African Development Bank annual meetings in Ivory Coast will be the election of a new president taking over from the current boss, Dr. Akiyomi Adesina, whose tenure is coming to an end. 5 candidates vying to take over from him.
George Affe starting us off with that report. Meanwhile, President John Mahama insists that government has instituted measures to prevent Ghana from falling back into debt distress when it returns to the international capital market for borrowings. He has been speaking at the African Development Bank annual meetings in Ivory Coast.
We need to put any credit that we take or any debt that we take into the most productive parts of our economy in providing infrastructure so that you can have a rate of return on debt. You must do smart borrowing. Taking debt where you can create debt escrows so that the income for which you invested the credit can go to repay. For instance, expressways that are tolled where the toll revenues are escrowed so that they go to pay the expressway in 25 years. For instance, we built a first-class port. And that again did not sit on our public debt. We made our Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and their partners, Meridian Port Services, build the ports, which cost us about $1 billion, and that port is paying for itself, and that debt does not sit on our books.
President John Mahama there. Now, the Institute of Economic Affairs has cautioned that Ghana is likely to fall back into the cycle of seeking International Monetary Fund support even after completing its current program. Senior Fellow Dr. Vladimir Nchidan says the recurring reliance on external bailouts will persist unless the country shifts from borrowing for consumption to investing in self-financing infrastructure projects that drive sustainable economic growth.
It is a routine ritual that is the 17th, and there's no indication that it is going to be the end. If it's a legal system, then we must put steps appropriately so that we don't go back. It is because of the spending spree, especially during election years. During election years, we just throw everything to the dogs and then we spend the way we spend. And the spending is not such that it is bringing back the money we are spending. It is just consumption. We borrow for consumption. We go to the market, we borrow, and we're borrowing just to either pay our debts or start new things that will bring us more debts. And that is what has been our first, second, third, up to the 18th. That's all we've been doing.
You heard Dr. Vladimir Nchidan, Senior Fellow, Institute of Economic Affairs. President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedu-Abuaje, is calling for an optimal exchange rate regime to ensure a balance in exports and imports. He explained that the sharp rise experienced by the city could hurt local manufacturing firms in the interim, as consumers could resort to cheaper importations as a result of the fall of the dollar, while the reverse could also spike inflation, leading to economic hardship. He spoke on Joy News.
So for me, we need to have a broader discussion. In fact, exchange rate is a major determinant of performance of an economy. Usually when we have an economy, we call it exchange rate overshooting. It could be downward or upward. We have had instances where the same exchange rate, I think before the IMF came in, just an announcement, we saw the dollar coming down drastically. For a point in time, it started going up and it even went higher than where we were. It means that we have not been able to determine our optimal exchange rate. That's as a country. This is something that I think researchers should be able to now focus or avert their attention to. I'm of the opinion that as a country, we should have an optimal exchange rate that will benefit importers and exporters and will have a broad-based benefit for the entire economy, rather than allowing it to, moving up and swinging down and all those things.
Mark Pedro Abuaje is Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Meanwhile, Head of Finance at Melbourne Capital, Nelson Kojo Kwagbeji, says the appreciation of the cedi, despite its positive impact on businesses and individuals, will enhance competitiveness of exports and increase cost of production for some exporters. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Kwagbeji urged stakeholders in the export sector to find alternative measures to withstand challenges that may arise as a result of the appreciation of the local currency.
One of the risk that is associated with excessive appreciation of a currency has to do with trade competitiveness. When your currency depreciates too much, what it means is that it makes your exports to other countries very expensive. And so consumers in those countries will find it very expensive to, buy your product. However, with the current dynamics of the Ghanaian economy, I think the appreciation of the cedi is actually boosting investor confidence. The cedi is an endogenous factor. We don't expect it to be static forever. Certainly it will go up and it will come down. And so I think the benefit of an appreciating cedi will far outweigh any risk that is associated with an excessive appreciation of a cedi. So yes, export competitiveness could be a risk, but I don't think that is much of a worry.
Head of Finance at Melbourne Capital, Nelson Kojo Kwagbeji. The Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, has assured exporters and importers that government is working to reduce demurrage charges at the ports and also set uniform exchange rate charges. The assurance comes after several complaints from importers and exporters of unfair charges, making Ghana's ports unattractive for businesses. Ofosu-Adjare made the promise at First Bank's Exporters Forum.
While we celebrate progress, we are also fully aware of the very real concerns faced by exporters. Let me speak directly to some of them. 1. Demurrage charges on weekends and holidays. We understand your frustration regarding demurrage fees incurred when ports are closed. Very absurd. In collaboration with the Ministry of Transport and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, we are reviewing these policies. Exporters should not be penalized for systemic delays beyond their own country. Now to arbitrary exchange rates. Concerns about inconsistent exchange rates used in trade-related transactions are being addressed with the Bank of Ghana and financial institutions. Our goal is to ensure greater transparency, predictability and fairness to enable better planning and pricing for exporters.
Minister of Trade, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare. Now, German Ambassador to Ghana, Daniel Kojo, has highlighted the importance of enhancing agribusiness activities in Ghana to create economic opportunities and boost exports. He made the remarks at a press briefing aimed at deepening cultural ties and fostering trade relations between Ghana and Germany.
The challenge at this point is that Ghana struggles to being able to provide the necessary quantities. So I reached out to the advisor to the big companies who buy large quantities, and he said, well, how many containers can you deliver per week? And they said, what container per week? No, we cannot. We have small quantities. But that's then is not very exciting for buyers. So that is something Ghana has to work on, how this working together in the agribusiness can be improved. One producer alone will not be able to meet this volume target.
German Ambassador to Ghana, Daniel Kojo. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, at the foothills of Obosmas in Ghana's eastern region, retiree Kwabena team is redefining pork production at his farm, Trotters Paradise, where premium feed meets innovation, producing top quality meat now featured on menus of major restaurants nationwide. Here's the last in the series on Team, an agripreneur transforming Ghana's food landscape. Pig farming is highly capital intensive, requiring significant upfront investment in housing, feed systems, biosecurity measures, and veterinary care to ensure productivity and disease control.
Most of the feed costs are things related to forex charges, fuel to cut the feed from wherever it is to the mill where we buy it from, the feed itself, because soya is imported, and then corn, for example. So every day we are looking for ways to cut costs, but when you cut costs, you also cut the growth rate. So you must weigh which is more beneficial to you.
To stay profitable, Team must carefully balance the high cost of production with competitive pork pricing in the market.
People like quality, and they can see quality from a mile. So I know there are other pig farmers in town doing what I do, but maybe not the same way. I have a particular market that prefers very lean pork, which is what I do. And the response to it is great.
All right, Trotters Paradise, full episode at 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report, 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. And before we go, a look at the markets. This morning on the commodity market, crude oil increased to $64 a barrel. Gold gained more than $5, selling this morning at $3,305 an ounce. Cocoa lost $25 to open trading at $9,739 a ton. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cities, 20 pesos at Forex bureaus. The British pound 16 cities, 10 pesos. The euro going for 14 cities. The commercial banks quoting the dollar 10 cities, 30 pesos. More news on our website myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Carl. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Winston and the team. Don't go anywhere. Winston.
Yes, Akwafu.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw on social media somebody predicting that by July would reach four cities to the dollar.
Well, I will be happy. I will be so happy. Because
the way it's going.
No, I mean, you must be happy.
Well,
I don't know. I had Mark Beduabuaje complaining that there's a lot of pressure on manufacturers to reduce prices here and there, and so that in itself is also a challenge. The other challenge is dumping of goods, because now it's cheaper to bring goods into the country.
Exactly.
And so people would do that. Well, Mark.
Sorry, Kojo says something.
I didn't hear that. What's he saying? Kojo, what are you saying?
Yes, I'm also saying it's cheaper to bring in machines.
Yes.
So we can also import better machines for manufacturing, textiles, food processing, carpentry, joinery, almost everything. So it's about us prioritizing what we want and taking advantage of the situation to get what we need.
Yeah. Look, yes, and so
there's a good side to it. There's
No, I mean, I know you have on the Joy Business Van. There's a conversation on you've been interviewing a pig farmer, but you can also, when it comes to even pig farming, you can look at sourcing feed, domestically, locally. Everything mustn't be imported. Sometimes we have to look at that.
But I guess it's cheaper for him now because of the city dollar rate, right?
It is actually cheaper. It would be cheaper to get the feed companies that are imported. Okay. When it gets to those that are produced locally, yes. I mean, as the economy turns around, some of these things would also reduce, because then at the end of the day, I am pricing it also to take care of my needs, and so if I'm not spending that much, I'd reduce it. Except that many people find it very difficult to reduce the prices of their goods, even when the economy improves. What they will do at best is to maintain it. And what I have seen is that when it comes to the purchasing of rice bran and wheat bran, they actually create artificial shortages and increase it. Fact. Because today, I am told that wheat bran now. You can get it at the factory. Some at about 70, 65 Ghana cedis.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets to areas, they're selling at 95 cedis.
That's outrageous.
Yes. And what they do is that they created a shortage. They call you and tell you, wheat bran at the Valo, as in there's some wheat bran. So if you want to get it, please let me know. As for rice bran, oh my goodness, you won't get it.
You don't get rice bran?
No.
Your farm is in Japan.
My brother.
Japan is close to Suchari,
Akuse.
Akuse.
Oh my brother, you won't get it. And look, Charlie, I'm telling you that they create artificial shortages. In fact, I actually even know. I have a friend who is into milling of rice and he produces rice. He went to this mill and said, because I have pigs, give me the rice bran. The owner of the mill says, no, that one is for me.
Hey.
And he says, no, then I'm not going to mill here.
Wow.
So he's been trying to find ways and means of actually getting his own mill. But not just because of that, but he feels that there are others who are also being cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Because they could also make some sales from that. But the owner of the mill will keep that and sell it. So, Akwafu, it's not easy.
The appreciation must be to our benefit.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean,
all the opportunities to make
this way about it.
The economy.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'm sure we can have an inspirational song for today. It says it's the doing of the Lord.
Diana Hamilton.
Diana Hamilton.
Okay.
Featuring Mercy Chinwo.
On your radio, go for some joy in the morning on the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy. Joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning on the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning on the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning on the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio.
King of the Lord. X-ray DJ. X-ray DJ. Anyway, look, I don't know what you may be going through. But yesterday I told you something. It's only a phase in your life. no matter what you're going through, it shall pass. It would only make you a better person. So don't give up. God is always in control. And like I say it every morning, the Lord who feeds the birds of the air, my brother, my sister, shall definitely make your day a better one.
Yep.
Let's get into our Drive Safe campaign, brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota Superior Quality. But this morning,
yes, Samefa joins us to share the Drive Safe based on experience.
Samefa, what's that experience you want us to?
So, Kojo and Winston, the trotro drivers. So, for whatever reason, early in the morning or at dawn, they are angry. They are irritated for no reason, either from home or at the workplace. You may not know their reasons. But they are angry and they project the anger on the passengers. So this morning, I got to Ashaiman from my home, and this trotro driver was so angry with himself. The passengers were like, "Why are you angry this early morning?" He started being abusive. And then the driver used about 15 minutes to drive us from Ashaiman to Circle. It was like he wanted to fly on the motorway. And you know, at dawn, we have these long vehicles plying the motorway, and it's risky. It got to a point, the motor rider was like, "Hey, excuse me, hey, what about that man?" I like that kind of altercation between them on the road. So I feel if you are a trotro driver, you are angry that from home with your wife, your kids, it's okay to take a few hours, few minutes off to cool down, right? And then you can drive your passengers safely. These are your customers. It's just like you going to a shop to buy and you expect the shopkeeper to be nice and gentle with you. So they should be gentle with their passengers. Drive them safely because their lives are in your hands. So it's your responsibility to make sure that they are safe. But I think the Road Safety Authority needs to take the education down to these people and let them know that, look, our lives are in your hands. So when you are on the road, you need to protect us as well as yourself. So that's our Drive Safe campaign.
They drive approximately 80% of us to work, to markets, to wherever we go to school every day. So 80% of us depend on them. So let's also be peacemakers. If you're a passenger and you realize that your driver is not in the right mood, find a nice way to calm him down so that he can drive you safe to wherever you are going to.
Great, which means we can now learn how to say it right.
Yes, and it's brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are hallmarks, and Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
And our word for this morning, Fortune. Fortune.
Fortune Alimi.
Yes, not fortune. There are many of us who get confused, and so we want to say, "Oh, fortune." No.
But the TUNE is tune, right?
Yes. But it's what? Fortune.
Why is it TUNE tune and the word is fortune?
It's only a letter. You see, the confusion is that that's a letter. A letter or an alphabet is different from a sound.
Okay.
You understand? A letter is different from a sound.
Okay.
So that letter that you see there, T, takes on the sound sh.
Okay.
So fortune and never fortune.
So if I'm referring to my friend Fortune Alimi, it's not fortune.
No, Fortune Alimi.
I'm not tuning him.
You're not tuning him.
Okay.
Yes. And that's how you say it right. Okay. Okay, so now that we've learned how to say it right, it means we can get into the newspapers. The newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tank, Strong, Tough, and Access Bank. Access Bank, more than banking. And Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, happy smile.
Let me start with the news center this morning. Good news is that selection of senior high school placements is ongoing. It ends on the 6th of June before the writing of 2025 BEC. But the news, the biggest news for me with that particular press event is that the government is considering absorbing private senior high schools in the free senior high school policy to spread the reach of the policy to private senior high schools. And I think it's a big deal that we need to look at. Mahama praises Margins ideal group for pioneering role in Ghana card execution. Minority demands answers over ECG container saga. Iyoko arrest wound to me after CID interrogation. And MTN CEO rallies private sector to lead economic reset.
Now, the new publisher missing ECG container story was a big lie. Minority chase energy minister. Government asks private schools to free SHS, and Wontumi arrested again. And people have asked questions also. Well, you can arrest him, interrogate him, but also just don't do it in that style that it was done. But having said that also, what about the other persons who are being accused in this government of engaging in illegal mining?
Yeah.
What's happened to them? We'll get into that also. And NDC has put Ghana on autopilot. That's Patricia Piaget, Deputy Minority Leader.
And she's on the front page of the Accra Times as well. Minority calls on Ghanaians muster courage to challenge constitutional infractions. The Honorable Patricia Piaget is here, the Deputy Minority Leader. Now, the Speaker of Parliament is also on the front page of the Accra Times. Bagbane cautions MPs, do not mistake privileges for impunity. And Ayariga salutes heads of committees, tasked them to submit detailed reports on their recess activities.
Now, 2 years after EVAT, GRA slow to sign on businesses, low compliance amid revenue leakage, is on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Ecobank Ghana Economic Forum today, and Ministry launches new SHS selection guidelines. Let's just listen to when it comes to the school placement, because yesterday they were talking about that. Also, Mahama praises Margins ID Group. But let's listen to the ministry introducing those guidelines.
Candidates who wish to enter SHS TVET school must, with guidance from parents, guardians, and school authorities, select 7 schools in total, 5 main and 2 alternative. Your 5 main schools should be ranked in order of preference, with the first being the most preferred choice. Your 2 alternatives should be selected from Appendix 3 for consideration, if not placed in any of your 5 main choices. Select programs and residential preferences for each of the schools, 3 boarding and 2 day. Candidates may select 1 Category B school as boarding and another Category B school as day. Candidates may also select 1 Category C school as boarding and another Category C school as day. Please note that candidates placed in any of their choices will not be changed, and I emphasize on that, will not be changed. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, also note that candidates cannot choose more than 1 from Category A. Candidates cannot select more than 2 schools from Category B. Candidates may select all 5 schools from Category C, 3 boarding, 2 day. As our Honorable Deputy said earlier, we have a lot of good schools in the Category C. They have all the facility, and we need to make good use of them. So we are encouraging parents to look at the Category C column and choose schools for their children from the Category C. Candidates who wish to offer pure TVET program must select 5 TVET institutions from Category A, B, C, using the same selection criteria as indicated earlier, as day or boarding.
So there you have it. Yeah. In our time, you choose the schools before you write the exam.
Yeah. We had 3 options, right?
Yes, and in fact, we probably chose it 6, 7, 8, 9 months before the exam. So it was a long time before the exam. But all of this changed. Now we've gone back to that process. In our time, 3. Now it's 7. In our time, you could choose all Category A schools at the time.
No, we were advised to choose.
No, you're advised
first choice Category A, second choice Category B, and third one C.
Well, in my time, you could do that. The only problem is that the moment you miss the first one, you are out. And in our time when you had all the headmasters in a region meeting.
Yeah. To select.
So if you chose, say schools from different regions, you ended up missing an opportunity.
Yeah.
So I when I was going to secondary school, chose all my schools from the Volta region. So I chose Marley School first, Bishop Herman second, and Bando Secondary School third.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I remember that very well. Yeah, so but these days, everything is done either, by a computer.
I'm waiting for a day we would not have category A, B, or C schools based on resources.
Okay.
Because some of these schools are categorized based on the resources and the quality, the perceived quality in these schools. And I think that we need to ensure that we resource our schools very well, so that they are all standardized. And if I live in Fidium, for example, I should not aspire to come to school in Presec or go to Kumasi High School. I should be able to school in Fidium, stay at home, go to school, and that actually will reduce the burden on the state when it comes to senior high school education.
But I agree with you.
Yeah. Now let me bring you the Daily Analyst. GJ Elections, June 4 files nomination to seek re-election. Ghana Embassy in Washington reopens tomorrow. So the embassy is reopening. There have been a lot of reactions to the closure and the announcement by the Minister for Foreign Affairs. AG opposes suspended CJ Tokonu's bid to halt removal proceedings. And Wasa East DC declares war on Galamsey. And it is wicked to accuse me of selling STC lands. This is Nana Akomia speaking. And bad news, sad news for our fraternity. Veteran journalist Kwesi Jan Appington passes on at 74.
Yes, sad one. I met him not long ago. We we're organizing a training for a corporate institution, the two of us. Such a fine gentleman. We had a long conversation about a lot of things, politics, media. May his gentle soul rest in peace. And back page of the Daily Graphic, also before we go online, Rexex storms Sakumo Ramza site to remove illegal structures. And I just listen to this and I'll tell you a few things more.
The demolition exercise has left many affected individuals furious, with some claiming they were misled into purchasing the lands. Several aggrieved property owners accused the Forestry Commission site manager, Thomas Aqua, of collecting huge sums of monies from them and encouraging them to build.
His name is Aqua. When I started putting up my structure, he was always encouraging me to continue building. He started demanding monies from me. I've given him more than 40,000 Ghana cedis in total since I started building this house.
However, the man at the center of the allegations, Thomas Aqua, has vehemently denied any wrongdoing.
Who am I to assure them to build? And on what grounds will I collect money from somebody when I know what you are doing is wrong? I haven't taken any money from anybody.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu has reiterated the government's commitment to protecting Ramsar sites from encroachment.
We are going to continue and make sure that the entire stretch of the buildings should be done.
Authorities have confirmed that the demolition exercise will continue today, with more illegal structures expected to be pulled down.
Great. So there you have it.
Yeah. The people who say they were tricked into buying land in those areas, when they bought the land and they went into the Ramsar site, didn't they see that it was a waterlogged area? It's a protected area. It's a Ramsar site. Or they needed a doctor's diagnosis to say that Charlie, we need this. I just don't get it. Okay. And Winston, one thing is very key. If people have built there, we need to find the people whose responsibility it was to prevent these people from building there, to also answer questions. Dereliction of duty. You are put in a place to ensure there is sanity when it comes to the built environment. If you did not do that, you should also answer questions, because the state is getting machinery. We are buying fuel. We are paying for people to do this job. Now, who bears the cost of people's indiscipline and criminal acts?
You're right. Look, we have people who are expected to prevent these things from happening. Where were they? And so it's not just enough saying, oh, we've demolished structures. This wouldn't be the first time we've demolished structures. In fact, I started hearing about the demolition of structures on waterways in the 90s.
Yeah.
During the last administration, Henry Quarty was going around demolishing structures here and there.
Yeah.
And that's all of a sudden where he stopped. But where did that take us?
Yeah.
We can definitely do better. Let's get to the online news review. We'll come back to this. Brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, and Goyle, Good Energy Goyle.
And Zenith understands that sometimes the month feels a little longer than usual. Like this month. May has been long ago.
Too much.
Charlie, it looks like they combined April and May. Yes, but Zenith understands that. That's why they are here to ease your financial burdens. You can apply for Easy Cash and Easy Loan solution from Zenith Bank for MTN Momo subscribers. It's secure, convenient, instant, and collateral free. And it's a loan. Yeah, it's a loan with no collateral. So with the Easy Cash, you can take care of all your financial needs and emergencies with total peace of mind. So simply dial *170# on MTN, hit option 5 for financial services, choose option 3 for loans, and finally option 6 for Easy Cash. Easy Cash, your easy loan in 60 seconds, is brought to you by Zenith Bank. Apply today. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
And on my joyonline.com this morning, legal education bill to end Makola monopoly. That's according to Roxanne Nelson Eche Dafiamabo. I like that name.
Yes, he says they are moving the bill under certificate of emergency urgency.
Yes, they should do that.
to reform legal education. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I think they should do that. They should do that. I mean, this whole thing of everybody having to go to Makola, the Ghana law school, and today we have 3 campuses. I think there's or 4. There's one at UPSA, Gimpa, and Legon. I think there's one at Legon, and there's Makola itself. Not Makola itself. 4 or so campuses. Look, I believe that there should be the faculties that qualify should be allowed to run even the vocation program. Then when they are done, then these people can go and sit the exam. It's that simple.
Yeah. So that there's a general central exam, but you can go for the training in any accredited faculty.
Exactly.
So people from the north must not come down south in the pursuit of legal education.
No, I don't understand that. Anyway, Chairman Wontumi hospitalized after arrest. Lawyer says interrogation suspended. And look, I've heard a lot of people complaining about, this should have happened long ago. I do not have a problem when somebody is invited and interrogated. My problem is most of the time we do it in a way that leads to all of these things. CID invited Wontumi. All right?
Yeah.
He went there with his lawyers. He didn't see party people going there. Iyoko wants Wontumi. Get him there with his lawyers. There's no problem. Why? He's not above the law. So he goes there with his lawyers, they interrogate him, he leaves. If you say, okay, he's an arrest, he should be giving a bail of this and that, goes on. But when you deny people access, they have no information as to what is happening. That is what you would have there. And we should stop these things. Okay? But having said that also, it's important that everybody who's been mentioned in association with Galamsey be investigated. You have seen the Awin chiefs accusing their member of parliament.
Yeah.
They've accused their member of parliament.
It should be investigated
It should
immediately.
be investigated immediately. Do not pretend that you haven't heard. Don't let us make this look like it is only when you lose power or you are in opposition
that the laws must deal with you.
No. When you are in power, the laws must also deal with you.
Yeah.
And so the constituency chairman, for instance, who prevented the task force
from doing their work.
Yes, the NDC constituency chairman.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these persons, you must investigate them, ask them what it is that they are doing with illegal mining, that they will do that. Don't let us go round so that, after 4, 8 years, maybe 12 years, 16 years, whenever there's a change in government, then we go back again. No. That system must change. And as the president promises to reset, the reset must start now. Yes.
Let's bring you more stories. Rambo-style arrest of people, unnecessary NPP unknown to miss arrest by Iyoko. Mahama calls for Africa's second liberation, a fight for economic justice and historical truth. Trump administration halts scheduling of new student visa appointments. So if you intend to study in the USA, that's an update for you. You may want to revise your notes. That story is also on citynewsroom.com. And Mahama must avoid IMF return to secure legacy. Yesterday's conversation, some people believe we should extend. Others are saying, no, we should not go back to the IMF. Now, Dafia Meko is still speaking. Dafia Meko, suspended Chief Justice acting as if presumed guilty. And CD would depreciate if by December if local production is neglected. This is the IEA warning us. There's an interesting story also on the front page of the BNFT online. This story says we should rethink our trade strategy. Okay, this is Dr. Enchidan. So he's urging us to rethink our trade strategy to be able to take advantage of current global opportunities.
Okay. Great. It means we can now bring you the BBC News, and that is brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
They would shake their heads and say, no, don't speak, don't speak.
World of Secrets. To listen, search World of Secrets online or wherever you get your BBC podcasts. Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
Today, how can Europe compete with China's dominance over the rare earth metals that are crucial to so much modern technology? I've been to La Rochelle in western France to look behind the scenes at one of the world's biggest processing plants.
Next, the interview. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up from the BBC World Service, The Interview. Conversations with the people shaping our world, with me, Simon Jack, the BBC's business editor. For this episode, I speak to Matt Garman, Chief Executive of Amazon Web Services. AWS is the world's largest cloud computing company and provides IT resources primarily to businesses across the globe. He sits at the forefront of big tech with a keen eye on what the future holds, where the opportunities lie, and the key role of artificial intelligence.
I think AI is one of the most transformative technologies that we've seen probably over the last 20 years, since cloud computing, maybe since the internet. And I do think that it is going to have a significant transformative effect on almost every part of our lives. It's going to change the way we work. It's going to change customer experiences. It's going to change what's possible. And it's really going to lead to a growth, an explosion in my mind of GDP and growth in the world.
Matt Garman. Hear more on The Interview after the news.
Hello, I'm Maura Alderson with the BBC News. The UN's Climate and Weather Service, the World Meteorological Organization, says global temperatures are expected to continue at or near record levels for the next 5 years. The UK Met Office, which was involved in making the predictions, says they are a sign that the planet is profoundly ill. Our climate editor Justin Rolat reports.
The odds are not good, according to the WMO. It warns there is a 4 in 5 chance that at least one of the next 5 years will be the hottest on record, and a 7 in 10 chance that the average temperature over the next 5 years will be more than 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The science tells us every fraction of a degree of warming drives more harmful heat waves, extreme rainfall events, and intense droughts.
Namibia is today holding its first National Remembrance Day for more than 70,000 Africans who were massacred by German colonial forces more than a century ago. The victims were targeted because they refused to let the colonisers take their land and cattle. Elsa Ochny has more details.
For many years, Germany did not publicly acknowledge the genocide of the Over-Herero and Nama communities that took place between 1904 and 1908. But 4 years ago, Germany apologised for its role in the slaughter. Almost 40 years before their use in the Holocaust, concentration camps and pseudo-scientific experiments were used by German officials to torture and kill people in what was then called Southwest Africa. There'll be a national holiday and a minute's silence and candlelit vigil outside Parliament in Windhoek.
The French President Emmanuel Macron is visiting Indonesia, seeking to expand trade and defence ties. It's the second leg of a 3-country Southeast Asia tour, which began in Vietnam. Mr. Macron is meeting his Indonesian counterpart, Prabowo Subianto, before meeting investors and students. Here's the BBC's Indonesia report, Astudestra Ajingrastri.
In the face of President Trump's tariffs on Southeast Asia and U.S. economic confrontation with China, Emmanuel Macron is seeking contracts for French companies, particularly in defense, energy, and strategic minerals. Indonesia is Paris's biggest arms client in the region. In 2022, the country signed an $8.1 billion defense deal, including a landmark order for 42 fighter jets.
A verdict is expected later today in the trial of a retired surgeon in France accused of the sexual abuse and rape of 300 children in his care. Joël Le Soinec, who's in his 70s, has admitted to all the charges. The attacks took place over the course of more than 2 decades. You're listening to World News from the BBC. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is due to hold talks in Berlin with Friedrich Merz, their first since Mr. Merz took office as Germany's Chancellor. The German government says the talks will focus on support for Ukraine and securing a ceasefire in the war with Russia. The Russian authorities say they repelled nearly 300 Ukrainian drones overnight. A new group, backed by the US and Israel, is due to continue its controversial aid distribution in Gaza, a day after desperate Palestinians overwhelmed one centre in Rafah in the south. The UN Special Rapporteur on the right to food told the BBC the situation in Gaza was the worst in 19 months, and the new aid system did not meet any humanitarian principles. Yolande Nell reports from Jerusalem.
Despite fears of Israeli security screening and Hamas threats, huge crowds of Gazans began heading to one new aid distribution site in Rafah, guarded by US security contractors on Tuesday. There were chaotic scenes when the site was overrun, but the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation says its staff stuck to safety rules and 8,000 food boxes were given out. The UN says the new aid system goes against humanitarian principles, but a senior US official praised it, saying Israel is kept safe and Hamas empty-handed.
The Trump administration has issued a new license that restricts operations by the US oil giant Chevron in Venezuela. The announcement is a blow to the Venezuelan government, which could lose more than $500 million in export revenue. President Trump said he'd revoked the previous license because President Maduro continued to persecute the opposition. Panama has declared a state of emergency in the region where most of the country's bananas are grown. Banana workers joined a nationwide strike against pension reforms last month. The US firm Chiquita Brands then laid off 5,000 staff. The firm called the strike unjustified. BBC News.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yummy yogurt or...
Yummy yogurt, of course.
Oh, I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yummy yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yummy yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesiye promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesiye promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
City number one, oh, city. Go for some joy in the morning on the Super Morning Show. Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show. Goes further, Prime Week goes extra. extra. Enjoy our slash prices across all IT, mobile, and home appliance brands as much as up to 50% off. Visit any Compute Ghana showroom or website to shop from Prime Week Extra and let your CD rule the discount. Call 030-275-2020 or WhatsApp 024-314-3143 for enquiries. This Prime Week is extra. Save more.
Paying or getting paid?
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Paying or getting paid? Koba day for you.
Driver, I don't have cash on you.
Oh, madam, you can pay through Koba.
Oh, you use Koba too? That makes it easy.
Receive payment from your customers and make bulk payment in just a few clicks.
Madam, I received the money.
Hello, Coffee.
Mom, you still haven't sent me the airtime, and the house internet is finished. My game.
I'm sorry, darling. Doing that right away.
With Koba, you can send airtime to your friends and family and load data for some great entertainment.
Madam, here are the food stuff. Thank you. You can use the short code *365# or the Koba mobile app to make your payment.
Get a designated short code today and start receiving payment with real-time visibility into all your payments with Koba. Pay your suppliers and staff in just a few clicks. For more information, call 0200-404010.
Koba there, you click pew
and you hear pew pew. Transaction done.
Koba, our life simplified.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo?
Have you tasted it?
No, but I didn't see you add milk.
Hey, taste it before you ask me any question.
Hey, milk na chemu say.
This is Milo all in one. Milo Pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show, everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further.
This advert is FDA approved.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302-680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The super.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy. Joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your
He and DJ X-Ray DJ. What's
come no go.
X-Ray get show on Friday.
This one is what Crank.
Yeah, this is Crank. Yes.
Okay.
Edem. Starting with Edem and Sarko. I love Edem. I love his music, even though I don't understand what he says in most of the songs.
And that's music,
but it's still
Enjoy
like
it.
Beautiful. Yeah,
we all like Salif Keita.
Yes.
We don't understand what they say.
Yes. Everybody, come and drink my.
I mean, look.
Yes.
We love Yusundu. I love his Birima. I don't know what it means. So I met a Senegalese one day and I asked him, what is this whole song about? Because I love the song. And then he was telling me about, how it means
Birima.
Life in the afterworld and what. This song. Listen to this song.
Translation of the song, bro.
You have it, eh?
Yes. Somebody assumed, so he says he assumed the throne of Kojo and became well known for his festive reign, where every occasion was reason for celebration in great style. Having inherited a rich oral tradition, he encouraged local musicians, and to his patronage gave rise to the flourishing of the music known as Mbabo. Birima, a day spent in your presence was a picture of hospitality.
So you see, there you go. So as for music, you don't need to understand the lyrics. Feel it. Richard Bona has some great songs, and we love them.
Yeah,
we don't understand them. We love them.
Yeah.
So enjoy Aigwedem's Nyon Viade and all of that.
Look, I have all his albums and EPs from Mass Production, Volta Regime. He's got some productions by EL, Medekuku, Kate, all those songs, and I love them. And so I listen to music by albums and EPs. I usually would not listen to the singles alone. So if you hear me listening to a song, when I hear this person has released an EP, like Senaso's new EP, I would listen to every song. And I can.
So you can do the mixes with them?
No. You know, if you listen to the full body of work, you appreciate the musician better, right? And the influences, and sometimes all of the songs are even linked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you listen to Kobna Kobne's Famisa album, the title track is Famisa, then he'll give you Focus, and then like link all the songs.
But at the end
nicely.
of the day, you're able to get some ones that some sort of song that you can mix with them.
Yes, please. It's very important.
Yes. X-ray DJ.
Area fine boy. One a man a toy. One man a joy. A man who feel coy. For be a wakutu, obi apeni bi
Yo, that's it.
But music is nice.
Oh, music is nice.
Yes. If it wasn't for all the development challenges, like when we come to the studio in the morning, we should just be playing music, and people will call us and tell us what they're having for breakfast, and the texture of their clothes, all those. But we have too many problems in the country.
Too many problems in this country.
Too many everyday new issues.
Oh, Ghana.
Or we should shift the problems to mid-morning so that. Then we will play the music in the morning.
About the problems. We must not shift the problems. We must talk about them.
Charlie.
Because this morning, the Graphic Communications Group and EcoBank, they have an economic forum, and the theme is deconstructing and reconstructing the economy of Ghana.
Yeah.
Effective revenue mobilization options and fiscal discipline in focus. I'll be crossing over at 8 a.m. We'll bring you all of that here on the Super Morning Show. But look, grab the chance to win big in the Access Bank Faketua Beji Kesia promo. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Increase it to 500 or more and qualify for a draw. For our young customers, spend 500 cedis or more with any Access Visa card and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning, so don't sit back, deposit now and stand a chance to win a share of over 500,000 in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook and much more in our 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. This promo runs from now till September 2025 in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Join the Faketwa Beji Kesia train, save now for the future and win big.
Yes.
For more information, visit our website ghana.accessbankplc.com or call on toll-free 0800 00 4400. Access Bank, more than banking.
And one of the ways you can win big is to use the Total Excellium new formula. It helps you to save money on fuel consumption. It lowers your fuel consumption. It cleans your engine. It extends your engine's life so you can drive. So if you're thinking of filling your tank, if you're getting on the road, just drive to any Total Energies outlet, get a Total Excellium new formula and drive. Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose quality, choose Excellium.
Now, Toyota Ghana Company Limited presents the Starlet Day. So, on the 30th of May, it's just 2 days away. Toyota Ghana is offering free diagnostics, discounted maintenance, and 20% off Toyota genuine spare parts exclusively for all Toyota Starlet owners. Visit any of their branches in Accra, that's on Graphic Road, Legon, or Motorway, and in Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Takwa, and enjoy unbeatable value for money while exploring exciting trading offers too. Rush now for a new Toyota Starlet from any Toyota Ghana Company Limited showroom today and enjoy 1 year or 20,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Free service with an extended warranty of 5 years or 120,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Own your stardom with a new Toyota Starlet and make your automobile dream a reality today. Terms and conditions apply. Ghana drives Toyota Starlet.
And you know that if you are looking for water storage solutions, you need to talk to Syntex Tank. It's the tank with a tortoise on it. If you don't have a tortoise on your tank, think twice. Get Syntex Tank. It's the champion of water tanks and it's strong, it's durable, it's built for our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex has your back. So talk to them today. Get a Syntex Tank for your family, for your office, for your production plant, and enjoy water storage that's tough like a tortoise. Call them on 0244-335-168 to buy one or find one of their 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex, you're strong, you're tough.
Now, renewing your motor insurance policy with SG Ghana is not just about getting reliable cover for you and your vehicle. There are amazing extra benefits that will blow your mind. So from now to Friday, the 30th of May, buy or renew your comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana Sound Drive and win big in the SG Insure and Win promo. You stand a chance of winning a 2-night all-expense-paid stay for 2 at the luxurious Safari Valley Resort. You could also win 4 brand new tires or free car servicing for a whole year. Now, there's more. Get up to 1,000 Ghana cedis free fuel instantly just for renewing or buying your comprehensive motor insurance policy from SG Ghana. Call 0302-214-314 for more information or walk into the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. This promo is regulated by NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. SG Ghana Sound Drive is underwritten by Sanlam Alliance General. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Let me tell you about Pepsodent. Make sure you brush your teeth every morning and every evening before you sleep and use Pepsodent Cavity Fighter toothpaste to do this. It helps to build your teeth, gives them the protection they need, and it leaves them 10 times stronger. And Pepsodent Cavity Fighter comes in 175 gram big family pack, 120 gram Ejako pack, 65 gram and 12 gram sachets, so you can always get what you can afford at any time. Don't just use any toothpaste. Use Pepsodent to protect your teeth. And always remember to brush in the morning and before you sleep in the night. If you want to talk to a dentist for free, Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and you can talk to a dentist for free, toll free on 0800 161 000. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you and call their customer care center on 0800 200030 for any customer care issues. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
So Fidelity Bank wants to grow with you, and so from the dreams of your youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, they're here for your journey. Because they know every goal deserves the chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, The seed of greatness is within reach, so trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
And you know that Kingdom Books and Stationery is here to help you. They are making your shopping easy. So get your quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices on kingdomstoreonline.com. You don't need to physically move to their branches. You can shop online. It's hassle-free. They will arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. And they also offer free delivery within Accra and Tama and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
Birthday messages, sports after these messages.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcom gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Show brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
Let's see whose birthday it is today. This one says happy birthday to Gerald Ose Boache. It's from Edward Marie Gerard Jr., Udia, and Wing Commander Louisa Boache. Oh, today is Gerald Boache's birthday. Wow. Yeah, Gerald, I forcall you. But happy birthday to you, Gerald Boache. We pray for God's blessings and protection for you, and may He grant all your heart's desires. A happy birthday to Mrs. Dorcas Anoche Adisi of BOG. She's the wife of Bolare SK Bulles.
Mrs. Bulles.
This one says happy birthday to Adelaide Amining. It's your 76 years today. May the good Lord continue to bless you. It's from your boys Kweku, KK, Asari, and Duke, who say they love you, mommy. And happy birthday to Kweku Sechi Ado. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Kweku. And happy birthday to Mrs. Rachel Araba Mwakon. See you. Skinned by Rabbis, you are the heart of our home and the love of my life. I am thankful for your love every single day. I pray for good health, a long life, and a fulfillment of dreams. I love you, from your husband and children.
And this is from the gentleman's gentleman, Mr. Kwame Siao, to his wife, Yvette Aperku. Today is your birthday, Yvette. Happy birthday to you from Kwame. And also to his son, Durant Siao. So wife and son celebrating their birthday together. And he says, on this special day, we celebrate the two of you. You bring so much love, light, and joy into our lives. May this year be filled with happiness, good health, and countless beautiful moments. With our love, Kwame Siao, Ronel, Alain, Auntie Steph, and the entire family. And let me say a happy birthday going out to Felicia Kwashi of the 37 Military Hospital, to my very good friend Theodore Lamte. Today is your birthday as well. And Mr. John Akoto Inkum. He used to be the branch manager of Calbank University branch. John, happy birthday to you as well.
Okay, which means we can now bring you the Sports Center, and it's brought to us by
MTN.
Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank,
here for good.
Franco Trading, Steel,
Phone Papa Pafie.
And FPAC blows your pain away. But of course, look, the Champions League final. Watch it live and in HD on Saturday on DSTV. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And you know, the Unity Cup is happening. Yesterday, Jamaica beat Trinidad and Tobago by 3-2. No, I didn't watch the game, but I followed online. And Ghana is playing Niger today. I have a prediction, all right, based on each of the countries and their roots and tubers production, right? I predict that Nigeria may win this Unity Cup. But because Ghana produces the best yams, Ghana will win this Unity Cup. Jamaica will be second because they are the second largest exporter of yams. Nigeria will be third, and Trinidad and Tobago will be fourth. So the Unity Cup is happening. It's live on DSTV and GoTV. It started yesterday. It's ending on the 31st of May. And you can watch on GoTV Value and DSTV Access on the GoTV Value and the Access packages. The excitement is really real. You should not miss this. And dial *759# and enjoy the tournament where every goal tells a story, every match creates a memory, and there are too many connections among these four countries. So you don't want to miss that.
So Ghana, look, I've got exciting news for everyone looking to joining the MTN family or grab an extra MTN SIM. All MTN SIM cards are available for the incredible price of just 10 Ghana cedis. Yes, it's only 10 Ghana cedis. So go to that MTN service center, Connect store, or your nearest authorized community shop to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Remember to purchase your new SIM card and get connected. All you need to bring is your valid Ghana card. It's that simple. Don't buy your SIM anywhere else for more than 10 cedis. So what are you waiting for? Experience the most amazing network when you join the Yellow family today.
And Standard Chartered Bank is giving you, our future makers, our women in tech, the right support to help you grow. They've launched the Standard Chartered Future Makers Women in Tech program. It's to give women entrepreneurs a platform to spark bold ideas, build thriving businesses, and drive real impact where it matters most. Now, this year, they are going even further. They are making a deliberate push to include women entrepreneurs living with disabilities. And through this initiative, you gain a dedicated portfolio manager, you gain access to seed funding of up to 10,000 USD, the Ghana cedi equivalent, tailored masterclasses, and a vibrant alumni network. So go to scwomenintechgh.com, apply now, and take your business to the next level. Standard Chartered, here for good. Fentio Tahiru Fentio.
Hello, Kojo. Good morning to you.
Tahiru Fentio.
My brother, how are you doing?
I'm good. You?
Very well. Good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Centre with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. The Unity Cup competition began yesterday with Jamaica, of course, beating Trinidad and Tobago. Ghana in action later tonight. All of that to come in the bulletin. But first, women's football and the battle for promotion to the 2025-26 Multi-Guinness Women's Premier League took another dramatic turn in the northern zone of the women's playoff as Pelpier ladies breathed new life into their campaign with a resounding 9-0 victory over Wa All Stars ladies. Earlier in the day, Ashton ladies kept their promotion hopes alive with a hard-fought win over Nasarawa ladies. Candy Soccer ladies continue their push for promotion with a victory over Boga Sharp Arrows, moving them up to second place on the table, 3 points behind Ashton, who are in pole position to qualify. Aboagye Da Costa is their head coach.
This team is almost equal to us. Anyone who wins can qualify. So very, very important win for Ashton ladies. The game is open, though I know definitely sure we're going to qualify. Sunday, expect another win from us.
Let's stay with women's football because here in Accra, preparations are continuing in earnest for the women's under-20 national team, the Black Princesses, ahead of their FIFA under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier against Tunisia. After being drawn a bye in the first round, Ghana, who are seeking an unprecedented 8 successive participation in the tournament, will enter the qualifiers in the second round, where they face the North Africans in September for a place in the third round of qualifiers for the competition to be staged in Poland next year. Head coach Charles Sampson has been impressed with preparations so far.
Oh, we are getting somewhere. We are on the building stage. We have a goal we are looking for. We want to build our team. Slowly, we are getting into shape. They are understanding what we are out for, and they are believing in it, which is important. So I see only progress going forward.
That's the under-20 women's national team coach, Charles Sampson. Black Stars, their head coach is Otuado. He's expecting a tough game against Nigeria later tonight in Ghana's first match of the Unity Cup tournament. The West African Giants face off at the G-Tech Stadium at 6:45 p.m. We have live commentary on Joy 99.7 FM. The winner of this game will face Jamaica on Saturday after the Reggae Boys beat Trinidad and Tobago 3-2 last night. Otuado expects Ghana to get past Nigeria.
We want our people to be proud of us, and we want our people to talk from a certain perspective. And surely, it's always about who has the better team. And sometimes margins can decide the outcome of the game. I think normally, to be honest, we're on the same level. We're hoping that we will win. We're hoping that we'll be successful. It's going to be tough, but I'm sure we can do it.
That's Otuado. And one of the players he'll be counting on is Benjamin Asai, the Hassleforth goalkeeper. He became the first home-based goalkeeper to start for the Black Stars in a competitive game in 20 years. He has since worked his way into becoming Ghana's first choice, according to head coach Otuado. Joy Sports' Victor Achitamaklo has been tracking his progress from non-league football to national prominence in this report.
Benjamin Asai's path to national prominence has been nothing short of miraculous. From playing non-league football in 2017, he made his way into the national pool of goalkeepers by 2021. Oluboy Commodore, Chief Executive Officer of Accra Great Olympics, has been with him every step of the journey.
We saw that he has a potential to be a great player. But second, we also saw that he lives among a certain group of people where, if you are not careful, the character will be very bad for him, so we advise him to move.
But his story has not been without challenges. In 2022, he suffered a career-threatening knee injury. Sichope Achim Philip was co-commentator on the official television feed for that night.
It's an aerial that's within his right to come and clear it. Actually comes and fists the boy and falls awkwardly. But then you're thinking it's a knock. And all of a sudden he can't continue the game. You're thinking, okay, maybe it's a knock. And after the game, you are hearing that he's broken his leg and he's going to be out for a very long time.
Here is Asari's recollection of that event.
Tama onu ye attempt obe the ball na mi ma pia be den ape ponchi ball dada na so ye land in nice seminachi yes in the air and e be land here na so e be land here no say because of 9 seminachi 9 10 year 10 year no na mi ye na so time mi ye say mi ponchi ball na mi ye say me start reaction na mi say mi na then at least
Yet, he made a remarkable recovery to be listed for Ghana's Provisional 2022 World Cup squad.
We said, I'm able to have qualifying. I'm for a 55-man squad. Now, I squad. Until I squad, the Maminia sa Elijah sa encouragement say the me person me and na then. Abim na so be do be Minia cup. Say time near too close and I feel so I feel no more system unity. Me give up. Just me keep on me here na on person ko bo afcon ni some ko bo afcon ni na sanya me adum na se bia to ya on be working to us nyama se bi nyama etimi ko ya on betimi afrem.
Today he is Ghana's #1 goalkeeper according to Black Stars coach Otuado.
The next game is in June and at the moment he's the #1. We decided for him. He did well in training. Like I said, it's not like he's here and the others are there. So we have a good situation where the goalkeepers are pushing each other.
Asari's former teammates, Gladson Awako, himself a former Black Stars player, knows exactly what the goalkeeper has to do to stay at the top.
Keep calm. He should keep his focus. It's not done yet. He's played 2 games so far, and his clean sheet, as we all know.
That's Awako Gladson, ending that report by Victor Achitanoklo. The full report is been airing throughout the day and also on the Joy News YouTube page. You can find it there. Benjamin Asari from Obscurity to National Prominence. You can find the full documentary there to watch. And before we go, some stories from around the world. Lamine Yamal, the youngster from Barcelona, has signed a new 6-year contract following a breakout season in which he helped the Catalan club win a domestic treble. The 17-year-old Spain winger's existing deal was set to expire at the end of the 2025-26 season, but his new contract now keeps him with Barcelona until 2031. In basketball, Tyrese Halliburton, he produced an electric first-half performance as the Indiana Pacers beat the New York Knicks to move to within 1 win of reaching the NBA Finals. Halliburton, he registered 20 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds in the first half alone in a 130-121 win at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indiana. The Pacers lead 3-1 in the Eastern Conference Playoff Finals. Victory in Game 5 at the Madison Square Garden in New York on Friday will secure their place in the finals for the first time since the year 2000. And let's wrap up with the French Open action, which started on Sunday. Novak Djokovic, he began his latest bid for a record-breaking 25th Grand Slam singles title with a commanding win over Mackenzie McDonald. The former world #1 ended his wait for his 100th ATP singles title in Geneva last week and maintained his recent upturn in form with a 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 win over the 98th ranked American. Djokovic turned 38th last week. He's now won all 21 of the first round matches he's played at Roland Garros. What he also means is that he's been playing at Roland Garros for the past 21 years. Incredible from the SEP. That's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fento Tahiru Fento. Good morning, Winston.
Good morning, Atahiru.
That's right.
Now,
are you looking forward to tonight's game? Ghana, Nigeria, 6:45.
We'll try and see.
What do you mean you try and see? I only ask if you're looking forward to it.
To any Ghana, Nigeria game. Unity Cup.
It's always a good encounter.
But I like to watch it anyway. But it's not like
You
I'm
should.
looking. I like football, so on the day I'll sit down and watch.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
this one is not one that I'm watching for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's not one that I'm going to be saying Ghana must win this. Nah.
Yeah. So it means that around kickoff time, you can go around and start chasing your money like you like to do. We'll have commentary for you, so turn on your radio. Put it on 99.7.
But David Max Fuga, you know him?
Of course, my boss.
Fentio. That on Saturday, the curtain raiser.
Yes.
For the Rep Your Jersey will be between Joy Sports and Sales.
Joy Sports and what?
And the sales team.
And the sales team. The sales team with the people with 2 left feet, no?
He will lead his team and walk the talk.
Hey, Max Master has come to look for beef that he cannot finish.
By your team, no? Are you up to 11?
Have you seen my...
Or 5 aside?
No, we are exactly 11.
So
we are exactly 11, yes. Have you seen Lawrence...
I was willing to...
Have you seen Lawrence Bedu's legs?
No, I was
those chopsticks. You've seen Karim, they call him Bande Messi.
Bande Messi?
Yes. Have you seen Sheikh?
No, I was hoping that you come and hire me to come and play for you.
Have you seen Sheikh Mubarak? He is here wanting to start agenda because Chelsea have Conference League final tonight.
Okay. Against Real Betis.
Yes, against Real Betis.
Anthony Dos Santos.
Thank you. There you go.
Anthony Dos Santos.
There you go.
The guy will do the magic.
And that match will be happening around the same time as the Black Stars game. So that's the thing, because the Black Stars game is at 6:45. The Chelsea Betis game is at 7. So you have to have 2 screens.
Charlie,
multiple screens.
We'll watch Black Stars.
If you're a Chelsea fan,
we'll start with Black Stars and then switch to Chelsea.
As you know what I like about football?
No.
There is more joy in your opponents or your opponents losing than in your own team winning. It's crazy.
Because you get to tease them.
Yes. I find more joy
in Man United losing the Europa League than Chelsea winning.
I don't care about Chelsea winning the Conference League.
Man
U losing the Europa League was far more exciting.
But finally on this, the rep your jersey. You can come for me.
To join which team?
To join the Joy Sports team.
No. We have enough players.
No, you are only 11.
You're too big. You can't run.
Which one is that?
You can't run.
Did you hear what this guy Ancelotti said about Ronaldo?
Yes.
The guy was too big.
Yes.
He put him in the game.
Yes.
Wonders.
No, when Ronaldo was performing wonders, he wasn't that big. Ronaldo's wonders were 98, 2002. He wasn't big.
No. Please, don't worry.
He wasn't big. You are big.
No. I'm just like you.
What do you mean you're just like me? I that's why I don't play.
So you won't play?
Have you seen the rest of the Joy Sports team?
You wouldn't play? Oh no, I'm going to play.
Apart from me and Achu, who have,
the boy said
it's not pot belly. Stop screaming pot belly. Who have a bit of an elongated
boy, you are suffering. It's pot belly. Go ahead.
The rest of the boys,
but I'll still play.
Mubarak, Lawrence, Karim.
See,
have you seen Cranton?
Yeah.
Player.
Danito.
When he was at Christ the King, he was their best player. One day he had malaria crowd. They went to beg his parents. They removed him from hospital. Brought him. Actually,
is this a fiction or something?
It's not fiction. Ask the boy. He has told this story many times.
Ask for Daniel Cranton.
Yes, he's the baller.
The only thing I would take from Daniel Cranton,
yes,
is his football analysis.
Yes. Apart from that,
everything else
he says is a lie.
I don't say that.
Especially when he starts the story with "you know me, I don't lie."
Everything else he says, I wouldn't believe it. His analysis on point.
Have you seen Muftau? Muftau, they call him Blue Ronaldo.
On that note, let's get interactive. Wait for me. Let's get interactive. Join us on X. Use the hashtag JoySMS, and then on WhatsApp 055-111-11997. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. And number 10, liver salt, a refreshing relief. I'm sure all of you will be joining. Many of you will be joining us at the Aviation Social Center for Rep Your Jersey. But look, every year, every day, people face different emergencies. Police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you would always want to remember. *770#. Yes, *770# is the EcoBank Money Emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility bill payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more. Now, you don't need internet for this. Just dial *770#. No need to panic in any money emergency, because EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Download it, you gon' enjoy it. In my branding chain, in my branding chain. Come make a download them for you, 'cause you can pay bills, you can buy buy credit. You can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Kim promise.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show. But Fentu, Israel Lai sent me a message.
Israel, there he's fit too.
He says that's why I saw Max Fuga training at Legon campus last Sunday.
You saw Max doing what?
Training, and I said,
was he walking?
He said yes.
What kind of training?
He was walking around Commonwealth.
Walking is not training.
So tell Fentu he shouldn't dismiss him like that.
I have dismissed Max Fuga. I've seen him walk. Okay, he has 2 left feet.
Well, how can Max have 2?
Why? I work in the same office with Max every day.
I don't remember. Don't do that.
Israel himself, when we did Joy Sports Invitational, he called to brag plenty that he was coming to race the winner of the 100-meter race. Then he came with his spikes in the morning, and we said you should wait small. We haven't done the race yet. We'll do that.
But were you the winner?
Wait, hold on. We'll do the race and choose the winner. Then you come back and race the winner. Israel went home, came back at 7 p.m. when we had closed, and he came asking for the winner. The winner has gone home.
No, but I don't remember. What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that it's intentional swerve.
Oh, Israel.
Yes, he came and he was jogging, looking fit. He said, "Where is the winner? He's ready to raise the winner." The winner is going home.
Hold on. Yes. Big stories on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies, Yomi Yogurt, a nourishing choice. And this one we're going to be crossing over to the EcoBank head office. There's a conversation on how we can increase our revenue generation in this country. So we'll tell you more about that shortly.
Yes, it's the broad review of the economy of Ghana, then, now, and the way forward. Sir Tepe will be speaking. He's a presidential advisor. Abeku Jan Kwansa, tax partner at PwC Ghana. And the guest speaker is Dr. Zachary Momoni, first deputy governor of the BOG. And we bring that live to you this morning. But let me tell you about Telecel Cash. It's your secure and convenient cash platform. And they are offering you the lowest charges ever. Even better, sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is still free on the Telecel Play app. So whether you are paying school fees or sending cash to your favorite people, Winston, send the keke. And remember, you can make payments to all other networks anywhere cash transfer is accepted as a means of payment. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app today. Now send the keke.
Okay, thank you very much, Kojo.
Yes, and dear valued shareholder, your trusted financial partner, GCB Bank, is committed to ensuring that your shares with us continue to thrive and yield positive returns. Having accurate contact information on you will enable us to communicate important updates and notifications regarding your shares directly to you. So we kindly request that you update your records. That's your telephone number and email address with the bank to get regular, timely, and relevant updates on your shares. To update your records, just visit any GCB Bank branch and you'll be assisted to do this. You may also access our website, gcbbank.com.gh, or our shareholders portal, which is epay.gcbltd.com, column 98/ shareholders portal to go through a simple process to update your records. Shareholders registered on the CSD may contact their brokers for the necessary records updates to be done. With just a simple a few simple steps, you can ensure a seamless experience and stay well informed about the progress of your shares. GCB, your bank for life.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Telecel Cash has the lowest transfer charges ever in Ghana. Send it keke with Telecel Cash. You for sort out your old boy? Send it keke. Your girl they bill you? Send it keke. Merchant payment? Send it keke to all networks. T-Cash agents in Swaji baby. You won't buy some 1212. Send it keke. And even better, T-Cash to T-Cash transfers are still free on the Telecel Play app. Telecel Cash is a secure and convenient platform for cash transfers across all networks and anywhere mobile money transactions are made. Dial *110# to send money at the lowest charges ever, or download the Telecel Play app to send cash to T-Cash wallets for free. Telecel Cash. Send the keke.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And of course, let's get interactive. We want to hear from you. We want to know what your thoughts are this morning right here on the Super Morning Show. Very soon, we're bringing you that conversation about the economy of Ghana, how we can increase revenue. And you know, one of the things we talk about, and we don't talk about much, as the city depreciates, it also affects
the city is appreciating.
As the city appreciates, as the city appreciates. If I finished the statement, you'd have realized that I was trying to say the city appreciates. It actually affects import duties and revenue at our points of entry.
Yeah,
and so yes, it's good we're enjoying, but there. People will also be concerned because, you know, at some point when the city was depreciating, it was good news for them. They were meeting targets. But I've always insisted that we can do more.
Well, if it appreciates and the duties reduce, you remember the Kojo technology founder we spoke to on the show. He bought machines worth about 170,000 Ghana cedis. He has to pay duties worth about 170,000 Ghana cedis. Now, if the city appreciates, he can clear those machines, and his factory can produce about 400,000 sanitary parts. It means you employ more people, he'll be paying corporate taxes, and we can get revenue from other sources. So if we increase production, we may lose out on import duties and all those things. But if we increase production and did the right things when it comes to capturing everybody within the tax system, we can raise revenues. And
we can.
Yeah.
That's well, I know, it's okay. We can.
You know, this morning I called you and started asking you about the number of houses in your estate.
Yes.
How many houses do you have in your estate?
I forgot.
Yes. Your assembly is getting is targeting only 4 million Ghana cedis in property rate. Now, if that assembly did a better job, they could actually raise over 100 to 200 million Ghana cedis within your area in property rates if they did the right job. That also adds to revenues.
Yes, that also adds to revenues. You're right. But okay, the other challenge also is that a lot of people have refused to pay the property rates. They're supposed to pay. The assembly can do that. But the other problem is that the assembly normally outsources, you know, the collection of these taxes. And these taxes, once it is outsourced, the people who collect them, how does the assembly ensure that the right amounts are collected and accounted for?
Yeah.
It's something the assemblies do not do.
Yeah.
And there are people who are also waiting. What they tell you is that they're waiting to be taken to court. And then they would fight it to say, there's no justification to pay. But let's go for the Joy Business Minutes. Okay, it's brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. The African Development Bank is projecting that Ghana's economy will grow by 4.5% at the end of the year. This was captured in the bank's Africa Outlook report released on the sidelines of its annual meetings in Ivory Coast. Meanwhile, President Mahama says government has instituted measures to prevent Ghana from falling back to debt distress when it returns to the international capital market for borrowings. The Institute of Economic Affairs has cautioned that Ghana is likely to fall back into the cycle of seeking International Monetary Fund support even after completing its current program. And Brazilian prosecutors are suing Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD and two of its contractors, saying they were responsible for human trafficking and conditions analogous to slavery at a factory construction site in the country. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Now let me tell you about Anointed Engineering Services. They are into sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at very, very competitive prices. And they give you a 5-year warranty if you buy a generator from them. Now they also give you 24-hour emergency services, sale of spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice. And if you are looking to buy tower lights and rent them for your event and for your needs, talk to Anointed today. Locate their latest branch at Pukwasi White House, opposite the Echo Block, or find their head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic lights. They have 21 branches nationwide, so you can talk to them wherever you find yourself in this country. And they are also offering skills training. They give you about 80% practical training and 20% theory. So call them 0243 480 0540 109 493.
And Kojo, today is the birthday of the sales manager at Kia Ghana, Alex Kunta. My very good friend Alex Kunta. It's your birthday today. Lexus, we call him. Charlie, you have to do party. You have to do the party. So, happy birthday to you, Alex. And this one says, please wish Theodore Lamte happy birthday for me. Okay, Theodore Lamte, happy birthday to you. But I was making the point. Okay, so now some people have. And you actually have, sometimes you get a lot of people, not just you get professors. They're making the point that, look, while they are not against the payment of property rates, we do not even create the environment for people to willingly pay these things. I understand people will make the point that, how about you pay so you can demand? But the question is, previously we've paid and there's been nothing to show. Today, for instance, and it's one of the problems I've had, and it's one of the things when I say, for instance, that, look, one of the biggest challenges in our decentralization process is accountability. The MMDCEs are not accountable to anybody. Or they're not so accountable. They may be accountable a little bit, but many of the assembly members who go in there, how many of them demand accountability from these persons? So, for instance, when it comes to revenue collection, you have seen people giving out revenue collection contracts, and the companies have a percentage of 30%, take 30% of any revenue that they collect. You ask yourself, what is the justification?
Okay, so this is what I think. If you look at the way our built environment is, there's a very high level of little planning, right? Higher level of little planning. I'll use my area as an example. I'm right here, right? When we moved in, it was almost bare land, no man's land. So we get in, we build, other people come, they build. We contribute to fix our road. We contributed to extend electricity. We contributed to extend Ghana Water to our area. So most of the things we had to contribute to. Street lights, we bought them ourselves, right? This is cost that we are bearing.
Yeah.
But my point is, if we structure the assemblies very well to have revenue, then they will do their special plans and also invest in expansion of the space, such that when I'm moving into a new place, there are services, right, which have already been put in the place, and it makes sense for me to pay property rates. But the fact that I don't have those things doesn't mean the law must not be enforced. Let's pay the property rate now and hold the assemblies accountable.
Okay.
And I was using your area as an example.
But before you continue, sometimes it's also important to do the analysis and find out how much it would cost you, okay, to get that revenue, how much revenue you get, how much it will cost you, and whether or not. So the enforcement also comes at a cost.
The analysis has been done somehow, and I can share some thoughts on that, right?
Because you see, if you come to say, for instance, if you come to my estate, for instance, yes, and not every house is occupied. I know the conversation had been made in the past that for those who build these houses and just keep them, charge them, they would find reasons to actually make sure that the right things are done. But the point I am making also is this: you talked about contributing towards the fixing of street lights. So I'll give you a typical example. Where I live, for instance, okay, the members of the estate association had to contribute for the fixing of the roads. Okay? We contributed, and at some point in time, even when we got the assembly to bring the machines, the community had to purchase fuel for it.
Yeah.
Now, when the assembly decided that they were going to construct the drainage, and tar the road, which hasn't been completed and is being stalled, they've left. The community, the estate, the alternative route, the estate contributed, got machines in place to smoothen that part to make it more trouble. Look, if we're doing things properly, I do not have to be in an estate where I even pay for what? For refuse collection. Because all of these funds that assembly collects could have been used in paying for refuse collection and everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I agree, the law is the law, you comply. But the assemblies have not done enough to have people willingly walk in there to go and pay.
And this is my suggestion, right? We have our medium-term development frameworks for the various assemblies. So we know the infrastructure we want to put in place. We have the various landlord associations. You have to actually work with these associations, have conversations, have consultations, and plan the assemblies together. I have been to several of the meetings of the Adenta Assembly when they are planning these medium-term development frameworks, right? You go and you contribute. Now, let's put in place a structure where every house within every assembly has been properly marked and registered, okay? And you see, there are so many opportunities. ECG, Electricity Company of Ghana, they have geotagged every asset of theirs in this country, meaning every meter they have a geolocation. Even before we started digital addressing in this country, they had digital addresses for all their assets. So there is data, okay? Google's satellite services, Google's GIS services has data. So you can pull data of various assemblies and know that you have this number of houses, okay? They are the completed ones, they are the uncompleted ones. Your universities and technical institutions churn out thousands of people from their colleges of built environments. So you have architects trained, you have planners, quantity surveyors, real estate people. All these people are trained and they are churned out. Let's put them on a special national service project to be area development controllers. These people will come around, they are located in sections of the various districts. They map the areas, they map each house, and they register each house. And these people will then come around and ensure that the collection is done. It may sound very simplistic, but others do it. And we have digital collection platforms we can use to ensure accountability. We can use to ensure that we are not stealing money, okay? And once you've done this, because you've conferred with these landlords and area committees and all those things, you know that in Winston's area, their biggest problem is probably the drain. So if the assembly is earning 400 million Ghana cedis annually from property rates, you are going to get your cut in developing your drain. You are going to get resources in reshaping your roads.
Okay.
If there's a street lights problem, the young person who comes around to ensure property rates are collected will then be your customer service agent you report these to, so that they go back to the assembly and they also ensure that your street lights are fixed. If we did that, look, why is your assembly getting only 4 million Ghana cedis for property
so
rates?
the monies that have been used as contribution to public good should be used to defray the property rates.
And how long will that period be?
Well, they can come. We'll discuss.
And how many?
Because you see,
how many areas?
Because you see,
how
Kojo,
many areas have landlords contributing
Kojo,
to public infrastructure?
Let me make this point. And people are beginning to send me messages. Lots of the people who are telling us how they are constructing their own roads, how they are paying and constructing their own roads,
because
and all of that.
we are doing these on our own,
but
we are not consolidating
but
on
you
the
see,
assembly level.
but you see, but you see, Kojo, hold on.
From everybody,
but Kojo, hold on. Before you collect anything, anything, this is the point. Before a development springs up anywhere, so that particular area has no development, so you move in there. But if the assemblies were doing the right things, And if the assemblies were instituting or making sure that they were going according to the planning, the zoning guidelines and the planning guidelines and everything, they would, for instance, know that this is what you are intended to do here and there. Okay, so at every point in time, it is even the assembly that would determine, for instance, that okay, so hold on a minute, let us plan this area properly, demarcate the area, fix the roads in the area, then we open it up for people to come purchase land and inhabit the area. We don't do all of those things here. All we do is that, and even that, if people buy land, so real estate companies, they buy land, the assembly should insist on the minimum things they can do before they start selling the lands.
Okay.
Nothing happens. People go and build. Then the next minute.
So the examples you are giving is in the peri-urban areas. Let's look at where we are right now.
Okay.
Ayawaso Central Assembly.
They should collect it.
This is a fully built up area.
They should collect it.
Shops, commercial buildings,
They
industrial buildings.
have no
everything,
excuse.
Houses.
They have no excuse.
And an assembly like Ayawaso Central, Winston, 2021, property rate budgeted 968,000. Actuals 846,000. 2022 budgeted 1.7, actuals 1.1 million. 2023 budgeted 1.4 million. As at August, they had collected 298,000. Within this small fan of fact area, you can count hundreds of buildings. If each building is paying even 1,000 cedis for 100 buildings, that's 100,000. This whole Ayawaso Central has tens of thousands of buildings.
I talked to you about accountability. It will be important to note.
Or some people are collecting the thing.
I've told you accountability.
On our blind side.
I have told you so when it comes to the collection or the payment of property rates, how accountable are the assemblies themselves? They should indicate where they collected all the money. Those that have, we would know. Look, Kojo, that's where the problem starts from. We are not accountable. And the next moment you're asking people to give you money when you cannot account for the money. You must first of all, you see, I was doing something. There's something we call, these days when you bring accountability, you see, there is what you call the recognition of authority and the interrogation. So first of all, you must recognize that there's a function that you must perform. And beyond that function, you must be interrogated on the performance of the function. There should be compliance and all of that. Is that what we do in this part of our country? Let's come back and talk about this tomorrow. You need to say we need to go for a short break, and I would be back because I need to go for the West African Mines and Power Expo. Okay, I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. But if you are listening to me right now, tell me, if you are asked to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis every year as property rate to enable your assembly raise enough capital to actually manage development and ensure your convenience within your spaces, would you pay that 1,000 Ghana cedis a year? And share with me 055-1111-997. I am ready to pay. And I think if every landlord within my assembly, Adentan, paid property rates, Adentan has about over 100,000 people. Let's just say we have just about 20,000 houses within Adentan. If the 20,000 houses in Adentan are paying 1,000 Ghana cedis every year as property rate, 20,000 times 1,000 gives the Adentan Assembly some 20 million. This is me working on the low side. But the Assembly doesn't get up to even 5 million on property rates. How can the Assembly fix back roads on their own if they don't have money? And how can we not involve ourselves in development and expect work to be done? How many of us go for, say, assembly meetings? Do we go see and contribute to medium-term development plan and the annual development plan development? Or we don't hear about it at all? And the assemblies, how are you engaging your people to ensure governance is a collaborative activity to deliver results? All these are questions on my mind. But would you pay 1,000 cedis? East Legon people, Asokwa people, Trasako. If you live in $100,000 house, you should be able to pay, Airport Hills. Recently, CG gave Airport Hills people a new mobile, transformer. You enjoy. You don't pay property rates, but you want to enjoy. People. 05511119997. How should we calculate property rates? And are you ready to pay? Share your thoughts with us here on the Super Morning Show. And we know that we all want a little more and a little more security. You know, when life gets unpredictable, we also need a little more protection for our loved ones because, let's be honest, more is always better. So let me put you on the Absa Assure account. The Assure account isn't just a banking product, it's a chance to have more than you expect. The Absa Assure account gives you domestic and commercial accident insurance cover, hospitalization benefits, permanent disability benefits, death cover, and a bundle of essential banking services, all for a single fee. No multiple payments, just one fee for everything. If you want more, because more is always better, talk to Absa today and sign up for the Absa Assure account. Now, talking about taxes, the Ghana Revenue Authority GRA is reminding all persons registered for VAT, NHIL, Get Fund levy that the levy and the CXT returns for April 2025 should be submitted to the VAT, NHIL, Get Fund levy and CST returns forms not later than Friday, 30th May 2025. It's the last working day of the month. File your levy and your CST returns early and avoid payment of penalties. For VAT, NHIL, Get Fund levy, the penalty is 500 Ghana cedis and a further penalty of 10 Ghana cedis for each day the return is not submitted. For CST operators, late filing of returns attracts a penalty of 2,000 Ghana cedis and a further penalty of 500 Ghana cedis for each day the return is not submitted. Remember to submit the 2025 April returns not later than Friday 30th of May 2025, which is the last working day of the month. If you want more information, email GRA info@gra.gov.gh or WhatsApp them on 055-299-0000 or 0200631664 or call toll-free number 0800 900 110. I'm going for a quick break. When we return, I'll read some of your messages on the show.
Are you tired of rising fuel costs and frequent service and maintenance draining your budget? Are you a transport business thinking of the best eco-friendly and cost-saving option for a car? Then switch to the Serio Nano 3 electric vehicle. The Serio Nano 3 EV is proudly marketed and distributed in Ghana by Anointed Engineering Services Limited. The sleek Serio Nano 3 electric vehicle, with its advanced technology and high performance, emits zero emissions because it does not run on fossil fuels. No need to worry about a charging station because you can charge your Serio at home directly by plugging into the socket. The Serio Nano 3 electric vehicle offers unmatched comfort, interior design, fast charging, long-lasting battery, and a portable digital ultra-silent genset for backup charging no matter your power situation anywhere. Visit our brand new and ultra-modern showrooms in Accra and Kumasi. In Kumasi, Asukwa, in front of the TAT yard on the Ak Mayanka Road. Call our hotlines on 0544 340589 and 0243 480 334. Anointed also stocks genuine spare parts and delivers after-sales services 24/7 for our Serio Nano 3 EVs. The Serio Nano 3 electric vehicle. Experience a legacy of luxury modernized. Serio EV. Go electric.
I used to stress about where to receive my Approach sticker and always used to doubt whether my friend has really sent it.
So I asked a friend of mine and he said his wife used to have similar challenges until she decided to receive money transfers from CBG.
Well, I can relate because now I receive my money from CBG. It's so simple, fast and secure with no delays and no hidden fees. And I must say, life is now feeling good.
Stay connected to your loved ones no matter where they are. With Consolidated Bank Ghana's money transfer services, you can receive money quickly and securely from abroad, whether through MoneyGram, Western Union, PayAngel, TransFast, UnityLink, RIA, EaseRemit, Thunes, TapTap Send, and TerraPay. Cash out your way any day with Consolidated Bank Ghana. Welcome to the good life. CBG, we stand with you.
We stand with you.
For over 20 years, Ashesi University graduates have been pioneering change across the continent and beyond. With our new graduate programs in Master of Business Administration, Intelligent Computing Systems, and Mechatronic Engineering, you can advance your career or your enterprise. And Ashesi education gives you more than just a degree. It equips you with skills for a lifetime. Visit www.ashesi.edu.gh to explore our programs designed for Africa's future leaders. Remember, applications are ongoing.
For 11 years, we've taken you beyond borders. For 11 years, we've delivered memorable travel experiences. Now, it's time to see more and feel more with Adansi Travels at 12. 12 times the fun, 12 times the excitement. This August, explore the best of Europe, the UK, Dubai, Turkey, Singapore, Malaysia, Johannesburg, and beyond. With a team dedicated to your travel dreams, every journey is carefully crafted to leave you with unforgettable memories. Your journey with Adansi Travels is more than a trip. It's your chance to see more, feel more, and discover the world in a whole new way. Don't just stamp your passport, stamp it with incredible experiences. Call 0595 500 817 or 0531 008 550 or visit AdansiTravels.com to book your spot. Adansi at 12. See more, feel more.
Do you know that NIT is back in Ghana? Yes, you heard it right. NIT is back in Ghana, and Jackson Institute of Technology is the official partner. It's bigger, it's better, and it's here to revolutionize IT education in Ghana. Get ready for world-class training and unmatched opportunities powered by Jackson Institute of Technology. Jackson Institute of Technology is shaping futures with hands-on IT training for youth, students, and professionals. Courses include cybersecurity, Python programming, data analytics, networking and hardware essentials, and Microsoft Office Suite. We offer flexible schedules, affordable payment plans, and expert trainers with globally recognized certifications. Scholarships are available for women and girls. Sign up early to grab yours. You can locate us in Accra at Abna Atia Towers, Ring Road Central, or you can call us to enroll on 059 699 6037 or 059 699 6042. Take the first step towards your dream career with Jackson Institute of Technology, where your tech future begins.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Then come cut up donut. Donut, donut. Malaria super donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till no not now. Won't malaria chill. Won't popo. What will it do? I want the num donut. A dabako. Num donut. A damien no. Num donut. A damien sa. Num donut. Malaria super donut. No. Donut scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenhwehwemu hu se malaria wo womogem ansa na wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no da so wo ho a ko hu doctor.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is? Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there. Anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Ah, the sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lele rice. Lele rice, yenimno fritite. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to Spintex Plaza, where living and working blend seamlessly.
Spintex Plaza, the place to be. Furnished apartments feel so free.
Imagine coming home to a luxurious furnished apartment with everything you need.
We Rooftop pool, swim under the sky. Rooftop bar where the good times fly. Rooftop gym, get fit and strong. The Spintex Plaza, you can't go wrong.
Spintex Plaza, your home, your work, your lifestyle. Come see us today or call us on 0241 327 363. www.spintexplaza.net.
I love this song. It's Awoyi. Right song for the season we find ourselves in. It's been raining. For the single ones, it means a whole lot. For the married, we're enjoying the benefits of companionship. Beautiful song from Bessa. It's 8:27. You're still live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm here with Fentio Tahiru, and we are getting a lot of comments from you on the property rates conversation. It looks like a lot of you agree with Winston that until you see any progress in your spaces, you'll not feel confident enough to pay the property rates. This message says, Kojo, I'll pay 2 times if I see proof of good use and increase it by 4 if the proof continues. And this message also says that we pay more than 1,000 cedis, to be honest, but nothing is happening. Look, Fent, before you came in, I was having a conversation with Winston about property rates. I think it's a law, right? And so whether you are seeing the development or not, pay the property rates and demand the development. Winston says that landowners, homeowners have been doing more on their own, solving public problems privately. And he wants to see action basically before we push people to pay property rates. We've been joined on the phone by the president of East La Residents Association. You know, I mentioned them earlier. I don't know if I'm in trouble with President Linda Stepper. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
But East La Association, you're enjoying. You recently got a new ECG. What do you call it? Transformer. So your power has been stable these days, hasn't it?
Not really. I mean, some people are still going through a lot, but some parts has been stable.
Describe Isla for me to understand. Is it the Chado area? Does it include?
Yeah, the Chado area. Yeah.
Do you agree with me that you have to pay property rates, whether you are seeing the development or not?
Yes and no. Beginning, I didn't agree because we didn't have gutters, roads, and we were paying, but we were not seeing anything. But then we went to a meeting. They told us, oh, you have to pay so we can develop the area. So we spoke about it, and then I told my people, let's pay. If they don't do anything, then we can take them to court. Because some of our roads, the gutters and stuff, is not done. We have to push them to do them themselves. But we pay more than 2.5. And the beginning was 1,000, which was okay. Then all of a sudden they increased the rate that we live in a posh area. But when you come to our area, most of the roads are not done. And we are paying 2,500 for a property rate. Some pay more, but I'm just telling you what I'm paying.
Your properties around Isla are around $100,000, $200,000 per property, right? And the rate is also usually tied to the value of the property. So 2,500 Ghana cedis should be fair, is it not?
No, it's fair if things are done. We went to meeting with them I asked them, so all the money you are collecting, we are not seeing anything. What they told me is they collect it and then they go and use it in Miami. And I asked, why? You see, so they are collecting the money, but they are not using for the area that they are collecting the money from. So it's not fair.
If I remember Isla very well, I recently drove through the area. So after Chain Homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the roads, a lot of them, especially the roads to the right, those that go
all
the way to join the what do you call it? The trade fair area. Most of those
you see most of them.
The drains
because
have been done.
You're on the main
tarred.
road. Mm-hmm. But when you go to the inner roads, some of them are not done. And my people are crying.
But 2 years ago, you didn't have these roads I'm describing. So
no.
not progress?
2 years ago, roads were done. I mean, most of the roads were done maybe 4-6 years ago, or 8 years ago, or 10 years ago and stuff.
When it comes to planning for the assembly, do the residents association submit your recommendations and your suggestions, and are you involved in the general planning of the assembly to even determine what infrastructure we are putting where and how we are going to do it?
That's the challenge. Assembly, they don't listen. We write letters to them. You go to meeting, you discuss something, you see them doing something else. And even when you complain about issues, sometimes they will even ask you, give me money to bring you to the to the issue. So you can imagine, they are not really involving us. People are building anything they want. We have a lot of problems. I mean, disturbances and everything. But the thing is, you don't understand the assembly. Honestly, they are not doing their work. That's what I would say.
Now, if people are doing everything they want, it means the assembly is not regulating the space. But can the residents association self-regulate the space and not allow people to build anyhow to create a larger problem for you?
That's the problem, because you see, you have the assembly. They have the mandate. Association cannot just force
you
people
give them
to
the
do
mandate.
certain things. Yes.
But the mandate is given by the people.
Well, that's true. But in Ghana here, you cannot just get up and do certain things. People will not take you seriously. But if it's coming from the assembly, then they know that they have the authority to do something.
Now, Linda, knowing the leadership you've offered your people, I know you are very experienced and you have a lot of ideas when it comes to developing our neighborhoods. What would you advise a typical MC to do when it comes to local development? What's your advice for the local government minister? Any thoughts for the president as to how we approached it? Yesterday, his 8 key strategies, he said he was going to give the assemblies the opportunity to go for municipal bonds, to raise their own funding for development. How do we approach this to ensure it is equitable, it is sustainable, and it meets our needs?
You see, what you said was right. For me, I believe you can do little by little. We cannot do at once. Beautifying the area, making sure that people are comfortable, especially road and water and stuff like that. My neighbors are suffering for water. They are buying water because the water is not flowing. Some people don't have roads. Obviously, things are not done well. But if the assembly is involved with us, I think we can develop the area. We did the tree planting in the area. You are there, then somebody has cut it down because he's putting a kiosk over there. What are you supposed to do? The thing has grown beautifully. And then they cut it down. At the end of the day, you give up. Because you are doing everything, you are trying to beautify the area to look good, and then people are destroying it. You complain to the assembly, they don't do anything. But if the assembly will get involved with us and know our needs and go with us, we will make this place look better.
How many members do you have in your association?
We have in Isla, we have about 3 different associations. So on our part, we have about 300. We have different branches. So when you come together, we have a lot.
So your association alone, if each member is paying their property rate, just within your space, you should be raising about 600,000 cedis every year. If each person
more
is
than
paying
that.
about 2,000
More than
cedis,
that.
let's just use a flat rate of 2,000 cedis. So
Yes.
if all the other people are paying, you should be raising a lot of money, and that should help drive development.
Yes.
So now what's the way forward? You are saying you are not seeing
Well,
the development?
I hope the president will sit up and do something about this, because you cannot, sometimes you have to change them for your property rates.
Oh, so you've been chasing them for the property rate?
Oh, yes, you can chase them for it.
And do you pay with cash, or you pay digitally?
2 years ago, I think they wanted us to pay digitally, but then last year we paid cash. So it changed. I mean, for some reason they stopped, and then they came back and changed the whole thing, and that's when the rate went up.
Now let me share some interesting information with you. So your association members, you're about 300. If each person paid 2,000, that should be about 600,000. You said in Isla alone, there are about 3 different associations.
Yes.
Let's assume each association is also 300. So 600,000 times 3 gives us about 1.8 million. Now your municipal assembly in 2021 budgeted to collect 1.3 million in property rates. They actually collected 800,000. 2022, they budgeted to collect 2.4. They got 1.8. 2023, they budgeted 2.1 million, and as at August 2023, they had 800,000. So your area alone plus another association, so your Isla plus another Isla, can actually give the assembly all the money they expect to gain from property rates. So it means there's a big opportunity. So why don't we all band together and raise the money together?
I'm not even talking about the president's area. This is just the little one.
So you're not mentioning chain homes.
No, chain homes is not part of it. I'm just talking about the small one. So imagine if they are taking everybody from here, from trade fair to all the way to chain home. Of course they will make money.
So if the MCE calls the associations today and say, let's meet, let's discuss development, and immediately mobilize your people to pay. Let's just say we don't have any means of calculating a fair rate, but let's have a floor price of, say, 2,000 cedis. You people are ready to pay and work with the MCE to develop your area. Is that what you're saying?
I will champion it because I like development, so I will. I want my people to get the water that they want, the electricity, the road, the beautification, everything. So we'll talk about it on the platform. I asked them last time, I said, please pay your property rate. So when we want to sue LAGMA, we can sue it. But at the moment, if you don't pay and we sue them, you'll be in trouble.
Interesting. Linda, thank you so much for talking to us this morning and giving us some perspectives and some nuances from your area. Because I was just sitting here and saying, you people have money, so and you don't pay. Meanwhile, you're struggling to pay because nobody wants to collect it.
Yes.
Wow. We will engage further, and we'll get you in touch with the MCE and possibly the local government minister so that we see how we can use the power of associations to support assemblies, to raise revenue and drive development. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Vent.
Very important conversation. This one.
Have you started paying property rates?
I have to start paying. I have to start paying.
Before, eh?
No.
Is it because your building is not done?
Yeah, I've just started, so I haven't even reached one yet. the property rate is annual, right?
Yes, but you will pay.
So at the end of the year, I'll pay. Okay. So at the end of the year, I'll pay. But I think it's a very important conversation, the role of the associations in the revenue collection, because it is clear that the assemblies are struggling. Yeah. If every neighborhood had a very organized residents association, that is a very good way to collect the revenue. But I think because it's a law, it's very difficult for anybody to advance an argument that because you don't see development, you don't pay. Because then where is the equitability? Because a law is a law. Now, it's your job to pay, obey the law, and do your civic responsibility, and then demand. If it wasn't a law and it was left to you to do it by choice, then you could decide that you wouldn't do it because you are not seeing development.
And I also think that largely, those at the top, the appointing authority, I'm not sure is pushing the appointees enough to do their work.
Yeah.
Because how can you be an MCE for Isla and
where there are organized associations?
1.4 million Ghana cedis for property rates.
Yeah.
With all these estates, even chain homes alone can give you all the money.
What do you think is the rateable value of houses in that area?
We can
Is
talk
legal.
about that later.
We can talk about that later.
At this point, I don't have the capacity to give you.
You see, and a flat rate of 2,000 kra seems a bit too small, because a flat rate of 2,000 for every homeowner would mean that the houses are probably valued at, let's say, 200,000, and the rateable value is 200,000, and then they are probably charging a mill rate of maybe 1.5 or maybe 1%, because it's only a 1% of 200,000 will give you what? Will give you 2,000, right? And you cannot tell me that an area like Isla, right, would have houses valued at 200,000. They would be valued at way more, and the mill rate for a place like Isla should be way more than 1% of the total value of the houses there.
Look, Vince, let's spend time.
So there is inefficient administration of the revenue collection over there.
Let's make some time, a whole day. That day I'll need you in the studio.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation. I did some projections, and I know we can raise over 4 billion Ghana cedis every year from property rates at the minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. And this 4 billion is being lost to the states because people are not doing their work. People are not paying. Appointing authorities are also not ensuring the appointees do their work. And there's a lot more we can do. But, you know, we have the economic forum happening this morning. And these are some of the things that will come up at the forum. It's organized by Daily Graphic and EcoBank. And it's on the theme, Broad Review of the Economy of Ghana. Then, now, and the way forward. The conversation is largely looking at how we can increase the collection of revenues for the states. Now, the guest speaker is Dr. Zachary Momuni, First Deputy Governor of the BOG. And the panelists are Honorable Setekpe, Presidential Advisor, and Mr. Abeku Jankwansa, Tax Partner, PwC Ghana. The event is happening now, and we are crossing over. So join this conversation, put your thoughts together, and let's build up on this and see how we can develop the country the way we want it.
I describe him as one of the finest gentlemen that I know. We've encountered each other on just a few occasions. Honorable Setekpe was here, I believe, around 6:20 a.m. Yes. The cleaners hadn't even started work. He caught them cleaning.